Hello everybody, today we will have a review of the Norscot Caterpillar D6K XL in 1 to 50th scale, made by Norscot. As you can see, it is a pretty decent model in my opinion, even though previous Norscot dozers have been, well, not as good. Obviously it is small because it does not have the elevated sprocket on it, but it is decent nonetheless. So without further ado, let's get into the review. We'll start with where the real action happens at the front and the purpose of this dozer. On the real machine, is meant to be a 6-way blade, but unfortunately Norscot has only modeled it to be a 4-way. So let's get into the functions. The blade will raise to about that height, which is actually pretty good. And it does go side to side about that much to that much. All in all, not bad. The reason it's not a 6-way blade is because it cannot tilt. Norscot has modeled the tilt mechanism, but has not actually put an actual cylinder, so it cannot really tilt, unlike the 825 soil compactor. Over towards the engine, you have a grab rail, and behind that, a Cat Acert engine logo. Here you have a simulated engine compartment, which is supposed to have texture, but does not, and the Cat D6K XL logo. On top here you have the exhaust and 2 grab rails. Here you have the cylinder that will control the up and down functions of the blade. Now to the cab. One of the best features of this model is that the cab doors do open on both sides. It adds some sense of realism and is just all out nice. With the model with opening doors, you would expect it to be pretty nice on the inside, and it does have adequate detail for the price. Here you can see the forward controls, the pedal right there, the seat with the control levers, and I apologize if my arm got in the way. It is pretty nice, I do have to admit. On the doors, you do have windshield wipers, and the handles where you would open the door, the latches rather. Over here you have the Cat Powerage logo, and where the handle would be if you were to open up the battery compartment. On the back you have the fuel tank cap where you'd put the fuel in, and 2 grab rails as you would expect, and the air conditioning unit, as well as 2 rear work lights, and the 2 reflectors onto the side, which we have come more accustomed to seeing with the newer generation Cats. You do have a ripper on this model, which is pretty nice, and it does go down to just under the model, lifting the back tracks up just barely. And it raises up to about right there, which is pretty decent as well. If you notice right here, you have 2 hydraulic lines leading to the hydraulic cylinder right here. On this side, it's the same as the other side, except for the stack is facing that way. Now then, let's move on to the tracks. The tracks are made of metal, as you would expect, since most tracked models are nowadays. These tracks are pretty nice, and they do seem durable. They do spin, but they are not the smoothest. The 2 sides are individual, which is always great to see. Unfortunately, there is no suspension with them, or tensioner. Or there is a tensioner, excuse me. As you can see, the tensioner does work and does its job well. Unfortunately, you cannot just move it like this, no. As you can see underneath, you have the U design and proper bolt detail. On the bottom it says Norscot Group up here in very sloppy writing. The number and a 1 to 50th scale. Looking at the front of the model, you have a pretty decent grille that is etched, and the Caterpillar logo. Here you can see the windshield wiper, 2 lights. Unfortunately, they're not adding mirror detail to the outside of this model, because I have seen D6Ks with mirrors on the outside, but that's just here, and it may have been customized. Otherwise, it's a pretty decent model. I would suggest getting it. I managed to get mine for $35 on eBay, which is pretty good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of the Cat D6K. And on my personal rating scale, I would rate it as an 8.5 out of 10. There are some improvements that could be made, but it is a great model overall. If you were looking for a nice small dozer with the Cat Powerage logos, and you do not want to get the D5 K2, this is the model for you. It is small, it's compact, and yet it's within the D6 range. Obviously, it is recommended by me. Thanks for watching, guys. Check out the rest of the videos and reviews, and we'll catch you later. Have a nice day.